music, and more.
Yes, Media Academy Radio.
Excite.
The hits.
It's 12 o'clock from Yes Ma Radio, the First Media Academy Radio. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us on Global News. In the headlines, Salah, President Buhari marks Eid prayers at home, wishes Muslims safe and happy celebrations. NDDC, EFCC, people have abused trust in my administration, discredited to President Muhammadu Buhari. Reps condemn attack on Borno governor, insist on service chief's removal. Oyo adjust school calendar. And on the foreign saying Trump talk. In sport, Amunike excited as Napoli lands Osimhen. Now the news in detail. My name is Olatunde Ido. Good afternoon. President Muhammadu Buhari has wished all Muslims a happy and safe Eid as the country joins other Muslims across the world to mark the 2020 Eid al-Kabir celebrations. In a statement yesterday, the president announced that he observed the Eid al-Kabir prayers at home with his family in keeping with the advisories from the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 and the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. He also urged all Muslims to put into practice the notable teachings of the Islamic religion and put the fear of God in their daily activities in order to make our society better. Speaking further, the president acknowledged that the preventive guidelines that have been introduced to contain the spread of the coronavirus have unfortunately limited people's freedom to gather and worship in large numbers in mosques and churches. He, however, called on Nigerians to continue to exercise patience and understanding until the nation and the world overcomes the pandemic. Let's listen to President Muhammadu Buhari on this.
Of their country, and what we inherited when we came 2015 was Boko Haram northeast and the militants in the south. Nigeria knows that we have done our best. What is coming up in northwest and north central is very, very disturbing indeed.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari yesterday said some people trusted in his administration have abused the privilege. The president made the comment in Abuja after a Salah service. He was responding to a question about the recent corruption allegations arising from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) and the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC). Former EFCC boss Ibrahim Magu was suspended in July after corruption charges were brought against him, and the House of Representatives publicly investigated financial misappropriations at the NDDC amid a plethora of drama. When asked about how he felt about the recent development, President Muhammadu Buhari said there has been an abuse of trust by people trusted by the previous administration and this administration. A number of assets have been recovered and some money, but we have introduced TSA, which is the Treasury Single Account, where all the monies are taken. He said assets should be sold and the money put into TSA so the money can be identified at any level, and I will see who will come after us and take it back again to those who misappropriated funds. Let's listen to President Muhammadu Buhari on this as well.
Use of trust by people trusted by the previous administration and this administration. A number of assets have been recovered and some money, but we have introduced TSA, Treasury Single Account, where all the monies are taken. And I said assets should be sold and the money be put through TSA Treasury single account so that it can be identified at any level. And I will see who will come after us and take it back again to those who misappropriate public funds.
The Senate said it had received fresh fraud allegations against the management of the Niger Delta Development Commission. The Red Chamber said the new financial infractions were not captured in the list of the allegations of 40 billion naira reckless spending, which a whistleblower brought against the NDDC to the parliament recently. The Senate said the fresh probe will be handled by the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges and Public Petitions. The chairman of the panel, Senator Ayo Akinye-Lure, confirmed the development in an exclusive interview with our correspondent in Abuja. He explained that the acting managing director of the NDDC, Professor Ponde, will be summoned after the Senate panel had concluded its public hearing involving the United Bank for Africa PLC and the liquidators of the defunct NITEL and MTEL, which will take place on Wednesday. Members of the House of Representatives have condemned the recent attack on the governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, insisting that heads of the armed forces should resign or be sacked. Those who made the call include the minority caucus and members from southern Kaduna, where armed herdsmen and militias are wreaking havoc. The military caucus said it was alarmed by the attack on Zulum, saying the sad event had again reinforced the urgent need to review the country's security architecture. The minority leader of the House, Honorable Ndudi Elumelu, in a statement yesterday titled "Attack on Governor Zulum," Reps Caucus restates call for sack of service chiefs, urged the presidency to implement the recent resolution of both chambers of the National Assembly asking President Muhammadu Buhari to sack the service chiefs. The Senate had on July 24, 2020 asked the service chiefs to step down following the killings of soldiers fighting insurgency and banditry in parts of northern Nigeria. But the presidency disagreed, saying it was the prerogative of the president to appoint and sack service chiefs. Oyo State government yesterday announced a slight adjustment to the schedule of school reopening earlier released. The state government said the adjustment was in line with the agreement reached by the federal government and the West African Examination Council announcement of the 2020 West African School Certificate Examination (WASC). According to the Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Olasukomi Olaleye, said the commencement date of WASC is slated for 17th of August 2020. There is the need for SS3 students to continue their lessons until the examination begins. He disclosed that SS3 students are to resume back to school on Monday, 3rd August after the Eid al-Kabir break, while the JSS 3 and Primary 6 classes are to continue with the holiday as earlier scheduled and resume for the examinations on the 10th and 20th of August, respectively. About 5,000 Nigerians are stranded in Lebanon, the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking of Persons, NAPTIP, confirmed today. The agency's Director General, Julie Okadonli, said this while confirming a viral video of stranded Nigerian ladies in Lebanon calling out to the government and eminent Nigerians to help evacuate them from the Middle East country. Lebanon is mired in its worst economic crisis in decades, with the downturn sparking soaring inflation and plunging almost half the country's population into poverty. However, many Nigerians are being trafficked into the country with the promise of good, well-paid jobs. About 150 of them have been captured, including the girls in the video for evacuation, Oka said. But the cost of chartering a flight amid coronavirus-induced lockdowns across the world is not cheap, the NAPTIP chief said. Okadonli said she will meet with the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Saida Umar Farouk, on Monday and work with state governments to help facilitate the evacuation of the ladies. On the foreign scene, President Donald Trump said yesterday he will bar for Napoli, and this is remarkable, particularly at these challenging times. The former Barcelona winger told newsmen, saying, "Of course, this is an exciting time for Nigerian football, and I am pleased that Victor's transfer to Napoli is now sealed. I wish him well." Chelsea influential duo N'Golo Kante and Willian have recovered from injuries and are back in contention for today's FA Cup final against Arsenal. Manager Frank Lampard said as it looks to win his first trophy as a manager. Kante missed Chelsea's last 6 matches in all competitions due to a hamstring injury, while Willian sat out their crucial Premier League win over Wolverhampton Wanderers that ensured the club qualified for the Champions League. Lampard will be pitted against another young manager in Mikel Arteta, whose Arsenal side beat Manchester City to reach the final, and the Chelsea boss said he was impressed with what the Spaniard had achieved in a short time. Let's listen to Lampard and Arteta on FA Cup preparations.
Focus and all our energy is going to be on winning that trophy tomorrow. It doesn't matter where we start. Two big clubs playing each other. Chelsea is in a really good moment. They've come back so far in this season. Where they are playing at a really good level, and we're gonna go for it.
A trophy or a title like this is one that you're pretty quickly forgotten.